Once we can come to an agreement on the professional fee, it sounds like we can move forward today. Assumptive close. Or you can say, is there any other reason we can't just move forward today and get started? So if there's any other objections, that's a question that'll draw them out. Your contract length, or, usually it might be contract length. If it's an expired, they don't want to get linked into another 6-month agreement, which I can understand. And there's an objection handler for that.
So when you're negotiating commissions, are you breaking down what's being done at that point, like at which commission point, or?
No, you will. So now the next question. Give me the question I just gave you.
Is there any reason we can't move forward today? Is there any other reason why we can't move forward today?
And be like, no, I think that's pretty much the last piece of the puzzle. Next question you're going to ask as agents is, what are you thinking? You want to know what they're thinking as far as commission goes. Well, I had an agent tell me they could do it for 4%. Do you know the next what's the next question? Because I did hammer you with this when we role played. I role played about a week ago, because we'll go into like role play groups and what I do. But we did it, and you responded well. Can I share with you what will be concerning about you and your family's bottom line if we took that approach? This is a 3-pronged question. When they say your commission is too high, once we can come to an agreement, what were you thinking? Can I share with you what would be concerning for you and your family's bottom line if we took that approach? What have I done in their head? Price. It's going to cost them money, because it will. They don't know that when you discount commission, it's going to cost them money in the long run. You just have to educate them on why. So we now go into the objection handler. We can go over that now if it sounds like you guys want me to do it. So Mr. and Mrs. Seller, we know that when we go to market, we have these 3 properties right here we're going to be competing with. And guys, I have an iPad with me when I go to these appointments. So I have the MLS up. So you can pull it up. And we have another 2 that are in our price point here. So we have 5 total that when we go to market, we're going to be competing with them. Can you see that here? Now, we also know that Mr. and Mrs. Seller, when we go to market, buyer agents are also going to want to show their buyers homes too. And they get paid on what they sell. They don't get a salary. Were you aware of that? And what are they going to say, Jaime? Yeah. No, I didn't know that. Yeah. Well, they get paid on what they sell. So you have these 5 properties that are offering out that standard professional fee. And now we come to market and we are discounted 1, even 2 percentage points. Which one of those properties do you think those buyer agents are going to be more excited to show their buyers? The ones at that standard fee, or yours that's now discounted 1, even 2 percentage points? And what are they going to say? Not yours. The ones at that standard fee. And you will say, and why is that? Because they'll make more money. Exactly. And what's interesting about that is when they make more money, you make more money. Can I share with you why? Think about it. We want to have 100% of the buying public looking at this beautiful property making offers, right? Yeah. So when you offer out that standard professional fee, we now have 100% of the buying public looking at this property. And what they will say to you is, well, what's it do? Like a buyer agent can still show it. It's still 2%. Like it's still, 1.5 or 2%. That's still a lot of money. It is. But again, we always want to ensure, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, that we get 100% of them walking in here. So remember, a buyer agent can't control what a buyer buys, but you can be sure they can control what a buyer sees. And if they're not sending their clients this property because you've discounted the professional fee, do you think that's going to broaden your exposure, or do you think that's going to limit it? And again, the goal here is to have everybody looking at this property, right? Yes. So it sounds like you're beginning to see why it makes sense to just offer out that standard fee, ensuring you are going to get all of those buyers into your property. Sound good? Sure does. So let's just do the right thing for you and your family's bottom line and offer out that standard fee. We'll get you guys down to Miami in the time you want and ensure you will get the absolute most those buyers are willing to pay. Make sense? Great. Any other questions before we take care of the paperwork? To properly pre-qualify a seller when you're picking up the phone and prospecting them for an expired, a for sale by owner, making it just listed just sold call, and they finally say, after you get 100 no's making calls, they say, come out and meet me. What I used to do